Tic Tac is riding with another guild.
Right.
Druid.
Oh, there's a druid.
Good.
Yeah.
What? Tic Tac is raiding somewhere else? Okay.
Yeah. And we've already lost Barris for right now.
Hey, Paige, I'm gonna switch guys. I think Zeph would come. Give me a sec.
I don't think he will. But
We
good
never
luck.
know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna switch vent for a minute.
And I'd probably bring my druid, but she's a little squishy. And when I say a little, I mean a lot.
Jack coming with us. He's getting on
Is he?
tune. Yep, he's getting on a different tune.
I didn't think he would. I mean, I ask him every week.
I asked him too.
I didn't ask him today because he's having a bad day. You know, not a great day. I'm here, Thor. He's.
Today is the best day to get him to go.
I know.
He's having a terrible time.
I could take a summon if you're still at the stone.
Yeah,
So
we
I was
are.
just waiting for my
And then
my simulation to end.
I'll stay out and one other person stay
Thank you.
with me so we can get whoever. Oh, he's bringing Karen on.
Oh, good.
He's bringing the demon hunter.
Yeah, that's good because you've been sort of range heavy.
Yeah.
Clicky clicky.
We're going to have 3 melee.
Wait, 4. Aren't you a melee?
Why is it not letting me click?
Oh, 4.
Because I'm a clicky.
I don't know, every time I see a circle pop up, I can try to click on it.
Okay, he's here. I'm
Okay.
going inside.
Okay, are we done?
Hey, Zeph.
Alright.
I gotta wait on your summons, please.
Somebody
Yes.
please pick Trucky.
I see no lock.
Yeah, that bites.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just doing it the old-fashioned way, but I think we've got everybody with Tricky Summon.
That's the newer old way, right? Because I remember when I had to have shards to get us places.
Well, true, yeah.
I
We
usually
didn't have
don't,
meeting
right?
stones originally. Hey, Zeph.
Sucked.
Hey guys.
The day I don't ask you is the day you come. You see?
I just
Actually, Kelly and I talked about it earlier.
Alright, I think we're good to run in there.
Guys, there's a table behind a couple of you for food buff. I'm not gonna
Turn
get
around.
a cauldron until we're closer.
I got plenty of feast. Y'all know me.
Minnie.
Uh-huh.
Jeff doesn't know the fights. That's the only thing he said. He's watched it a little bit, but doesn't know them. So
Alright, no big deal.
use your great voice.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it's not like I'm an inexperienced raider, so
Yeah, he knows what he's done.
Yep.
I know how to get out of stuff like fire.
Do you? Do you really?
Actually, yeah, I do without an add-on.
You know I'm teasing you.
Oh.
No, that was a hit against me because I'm bad at scanning and stuff, and he knows it.
These Goliath guys are gonna do a knockback, so watch where your butt is pointed.
Yeah, I'm not even in there, so Kelly go for
There it
me.
is, the stomp.
I didn't get a chance to heal. I was still eating.
benefits of a demon hunter.
You say that, and I'm trying to make sure I don't swap back to the demon hunter for my mage. I don't want to have a repeat of BFA.
Well, he's already tried to knock me off the edge twice.
Oh, believe me, we have a boss that will knock you off the edge.
Yeah.
And being a demon hunter saved my behind.
So there's 4 of these guys around the outside here, and they're all going to drop an orb. And you want to click it, and you're going to get a Torghast style buff, which we used for the first fight only. Then they poof. And you do not want to make the one. You do not want to take the one that makes you big and knock other people back. Other than that, pick what looks good.
Or 10 of power.
A good one to have in this fight if you get the option is the one that increases AoE damage.
Yeah, that one's pretty awesome. I've never seen that.
Yeah. There's times I completely ignore GTFO.
Times you ignored a lot.
It wasn't that, they stunned me right after they dropped the AoE.
Yeah, the writhing agony is the most important thing to interrupt on these.
Shay, can I get you to move just a little bit, please, Robbie?
Right.
Because you're standing in the white doom and I'm wasting mana.
The other thing we can do if we're in trouble during a trash pull is if we break a pot or two, we do get a heal over time.
And getting the souls freed helps us as well.
Yeah, that speeds our path around the outside. Soul stack up to 3. Alright, so knockback fight.
I'm just gonna be lazy and let you guys rest my butt.
I need to get closer.
I got her, go ahead.
Yeah, and if you see kind of green lines or chains between other people and you, that's actually a buff. And kind of a little whitish pillar with an orb on it on the ground is a buff, so run over
Is
that.
the
Pick it up.
stone ward a good one to get?
I forget what that is.
Shields you 30% of your maximum health and makes you immune to stuns and knockbacks.
Yes, that one's periodic, but it's great.
I think I was left behind because I don't see anybody here anymore.
Are you inside?
Like, I mean,
Did we summon you?
think so. Yeah.
Because so are you outside still? You might have to run into the instance.
Yeah, I'm here.
I see it.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this
So we're going
handle.
clockwise around the outside.
I'm sorry, Panda, I didn't see that you weren't with us.
Oh, it's okay.
Make sure you get your buff. I'm old.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I'm stunned.
think between the healers, we got you, bro.
I'm just letting the healers know I'm not purposely standing and shit.
Not that
Kick
guy.
back fight.
Jeff, I think all of us have played with you enough to know that you don't purposely stand in shit unless you have to. At least I know it.
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Well, just in case there was doubt.
I has none.
I really want to take the knockback now.
Another good one to have, Jeff, is Motivation Memorial. Moves negative effect on you because there's this fear in the boss fight. It's kind of annoying. It dropped it quick from you.
Well, the one I just picked up says that I'm shit. It says basically makes me immune to stun and fear effects.
Oh, okay, good.
Trying to quit running my mouth while I'm in combat.
Now, other nice things, if there's plate that drops, we're not sharding it
Why not?
It's too far away.
because
You might.
Sorry, you're in there.
I wear leather, dear.
Well, still, you're still gonna get gear.
Yeah.
You can hold it. Plate.
Right.
And look at it and go, oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, we got aggro in the back, by the way, guys. I'm bringing it up to you.
Actually, no, it's on me. It was at the bottom of the stairs.
Then why didn't you bring it up to the tanks?
I was working that.
Alright, so who all picked up Ever Beating Heart?
I did.
I know Zep
What's
did.
that?
Tandem.
I have it.
Harris has it. Okay.
Okay, that's 2 people with
Sage has it.
towers. 10 towers is gonna kill us all. And 2 people have it.
If people die, it's bad.
I can drop it. It usually, I don't normally die on it. Plus I stay
Yeah.
away from people a lot of times. But
I would say he usually stands at the edge of the ring.
I will drop it if you want me to.
It's a risk. It's a payoff if you don't die, obviously. I'm willing to do a run with it.
Okay.
Because it should make it faster. You know, particularly if you're confident in your ability to avoid unnecessary damage, and I think that you are.
Famous last words, I won't die.
Yeah. I've knocked on wood. No guarantee. But I do stay away from people.
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Hey, Minnie, do you want me to see if I can get the Ever Being Heart or no?
I think we have a bunch already, so
I'm asking.
Worst case scenario, I can always move to the next spot if you guys can stand it.
I died.
You don't have to release. We'll get you in a sec. Although we're also close to the entrance. Either way.
I'm stunned, guys. FYI.
Okay, so we should
I'm
all
trying
have 4
not to
powers.
summon to get hit by people.
If you don't have 4 powers, it means you missed one.
I'm gonna redo
Thanks
mine
for the
because
res.
I got a crappy one I need to get rid of.
Okay, yeah, so if anybody does want to reset, Nate's got to reset anyway. To do that, you click the tower, and then you're going to run all the way around the outside and grab the 4 again. So this is an alternating 2-phase fight. And when the boss reaches
We got
full energy, we just got a few trash mobs here to kill behind us. When the boss reaches full energy, he's going to switch to like a darkness phase. It's like mists of something or other.
Hungering mist.
Hungering mist, thank you. And so when that happens, basically the floor gets dark, cloudy, except for a triangle, and that's where we're going to head. So that's the safe spot. And there will be 3 of those with a gap in between. So we run to the first one as a group, run to the second one, run to the third one, and we will have a couple of speed increases we can use. So we can use the Rush Totem from Ebony on the first one, and we can use Roar from Draft on the second one, etc. So kind of alternating phases. So for most of them, we'll have a group speed up. There are also some buffs that we picked up that may be increasing our speed. So there's that. And then there is a chain he will do. He's going to throw a chain at somebody, and he'll have a chevron over your head, and you'll get pulled in after maybe 10 seconds or so to him, and he'll do a huge smash, hitting everybody anywhere near you, stun them for a long time, a lot of damage. But that doesn't affect you if you are immune to stun. So what you want to do is, if you do not have ever beating heart, you need to hide behind somebody that does. And as they are immune to stun, the chain will just bounce off of them and not do anything. So we will mark somebody that has ever beating heart with the orange shield, and we just need to make sure that that person is in front of the group, so basically same side as the group, and whoever gets the chain just hides behind them until it gets thrown, and then we're clear. We also stack on that person at the start of the mist phase so that we can all run as a group.
You can mark me. I picked
then-
it up on my run around.
What was that? You picked it up, Tully?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing is that there will be a couple of purple circles that go out on people. Actually, more than a couple. More like 3 or 4 usually, sometimes 5. Those need to be run off of other people, and they are dispellable. But if they pulse a fear, I believe it is, every few seconds. So if you are stacked on people with that, it will fear you. 2 people with it on them will fear each other, etc. And again, ever beating heart makes you immune to that, but you can still get other people if you have the debuff.
I don't know if anybody died, so there you go.
Are we getting 2 flasks or just 1?
You can take 2. We're at the right number.
Okay, wasn't sure and don't want to grab if...
Does anybody need any oils?
No, but thank you for reminding me.
Thank you, everybody who sent me herbs to make sure I'm making the cauldrons. I really did it.
I don't suppose anybody needs any armor kits?
Oh, we probably... Some people might. We've got some in the bank, too. Yeah, so the circles that force us to spread out are Predator's Howl. And that's pretty much it until we get to the end of the fight. End of the fight is at 10%. The boss is going to knock us back and stun us, and then he's going to go berserk, and he'll start chewing through the tanks pretty quickly, but they'll ping pong him a little bit. So we'll pop Hero at that point and burn him as quick as we can. And if we do get into that phase where the tanks are down, he's going to run around one-shotting people. We just want to spread him out and keep doing as much damage as we can. Alright, let's see, gotta mark tanks. We'll mark Tali. Alright, everybody's set. Timer's going up.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's the purple circles. Just make sure you're not on other people.
Use the defensive. 1.
Chains, so the person with chains will hide behind the orange shield.
Watch your step.
Here comes a mist. Move down to orange. We're going to run to the clear triangle. And you see a little preview of where it's going to be a little light before the next one appears. Through him. And you DPS them as much as you can during this, but often you can't. Purple circles.
Taunt the boss. 3, 2, 1.
There's a chain.
That would be in rate. Use a defensive. 3, 2, 1.
Next chain.
That would be in rate.
Circles.
Taunt the boss. 3, 2, 1.
Last chain of this phase. Alright, come on down. We're gonna stack on orange. Look for this clear spot right behind us. Circles.
Use a defensive. 3, 2, 1.
Chain.
That would be in rate.
Circles.
Taunt the boss. 3, 2, 1.
Chain.
That would be in rate.
Circles, careful.
Use a defensive. 3, 2,
Last
1.
chain of phase. Alright, let's collapse down to orange.
Watch your step.
Right next to us. Way over there by him. Circles.
Taunt the boss. 3, 2, 1. That would be in rate.
Circles.
Use a defensive. 3, 2, 1. That would be in range.
Circles.
On the boss. 3, 2,
Chain coming up here.
1.
We might wind up pushing during the mist phase. We're about to get mist. Stack up. Alright, and a speed increase. Alright, we're about to enter burn phase. Watch out for, yeah, here we go. Pop hero right after we're out of this.
I'm out of range.
We just broke our record.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Fortify our
Thanks for
Sweet.
the second.
But I gotta figure out what I'm doing wrong. I gotta tank out DPS. I don't like that.
Lady Podmore, we could use your expertise.
Just deal with it.
Of course, High Lord.
Paige, those legs any good for you?
Essence is still tethered to
Hang on, I'm looking right now.
We can use that connection to open the way into the fortress above.
The jailer will unleash all his fury upon us.
And
We
Shay has
must
a
not
male
falter.
chest piece with a socket on it. Domination
No.
socket.
No, those are the ones I have.
Domination
Okay.
awaits.
Okay.
Anybody want
Shay
that
has what?
male piece? The one that
Yes.
Shay linked? It's got
I'm
a socket with a buff associated with it.
Actually, that's got haste. That would be better than the chest piece I have. Yes,
So yeah,
I would
roll-
love that chest piece.
Roll for the male chest piece if you want it. There might be a couple
Alright,
rolls.
cool.
Ebon Blade, secure the
And when
portal.
that's over, that's not going to be any good tandem.
Their main forces to us.
7.
Champions,
Jesus.
Find a way to thwart
I'm
their
seeing
traitorous
Ebony for
plan.
the male chest. Anybody else?
Nick, let's skip that one trash pack.
Pandem, what are you
Okay.
rolling for?
Oh,
I'm at the bottom of the stairs.
And then there's that int trinket that draft linked.
It's for healers, it looks like.
Right then I'm right beside
It looks like DPS to me.
oh, okay.
It's a caster DPS trinket.
Oh, is it DPS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trinket.
This is damaging abilities.
Oh, well, heck. Should I roll?
you. Yeah.
If you don't have a better trinket, you should definitely roll.
Definitely. Hold on, it didn't work.
That's the one I'm using. It's pretty good. You just have to remember
There
to
it goes.
click it on things all the time.
Well, you get a horrible roll for the chest, and you get an awesome roll for the
I know, right? And I would have much rather had that friggin' chest, but that's fine.
Who had the chest?
Shaded.
Okay.
Trinket's probably a bigger DPS increase anyway.
It's better than
Nice
the
thing
couple I
about-
got.
Places on my top.
The nice thing about the trinket is it does not pull, since it basically buffs you, so you can use it pre-fight.
Cool.
It doesn't give you so much on trash. Because stuff dies too fast.
It's still better than what I got. Thank you.
I think I need to abandon my focus so I can keep him alive.
You and I both.
That wouldn't help me.
I need a target.
I swear, we're healing you.
We're gonna
You got trash loot
back
though.
Thanks,
those
Shay.
above the wall.
Thanks to the res.
Was it trash loot or boss loot, Danny?
The big guy's the boss, right? Or is he trash too?
That's
That we
trash.
just bought.
That was trash. That's where you got it?
Trash loot? Okay.
Nice.
Looks like Pandem got 2 PoEs. They're about the same, except one has a socket.
Yeah, does anybody need plate?
If there's one you don't need, you can offer it.
Because I believe
Yeah, between the tanks and you.
I have this one already.
It looks like you just got it twice.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah, you
Just
did.
got it twice.
One has a socket, one doesn't. You have the one with the socket. What?
Yeah, so you want to keep the one with the socket. And the other one, if the tanks don't want it, and I imagine they don't, is yours to do with as you will.
Cool.
At least I don't want it.
I'm out of range.
And looking at it, it's not an upgrade for Nate, because
This Shackler's gonna put a circle around somebody and start pulling them in, and we want a bunch of people to stand in the circle, and then you're gonna get chained and run away from where the chain's pulling you until it breaks.
It's too far
The more people that stand in that chain, the slower it pulls. There's one more of those in this trash. So the next boss here is the Jailer's Eye.
Oh, that's the fun one.
We're gonna see some kind of preview eyes on the trash. And they are basically the same thing as the eyes that the main eye summons a couple times during the fight. So those are intermission phases at 2/3 and 1/3. Assassins in the back.
I bring it to you. Thank you for the heal.
It's my have to save your ass heal.
That's appropriate for an assassin.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know.
Yeah, so for this fight we're going to split the group into two. We're together during the regular phase, and then we split to sides at the 2/3 and 1/3 intermissions to kill the two eyes. The eyes, as you might imagine, need to die roughly the same time. They also can't get too close together, but...
Yeah, the video said 30 yards apart.
Yeah, they appear down on these 2 points, and that's where we more or less fight them. And they drop black circles underneath them, and they put a debuff on somebody that drops a black circle. And so what we do is we just stack the group on the tank and basically back up ahead of the black circles all together. And then the boss will put a ring around somebody periodically during that phase, and you just run that away from other people till it pops and bring it back. So we're going to hop across to the other side here. You just run near this pile of chains, get an extra action button and click it. And we're going to do this during the fight as well. The boss will periodically point to one side or the other and fire up a beam. And the way to dodge the beam, if you can't immediately get from one place to another with like a blink, soak the circle, run away, and we use the chains to jump to the other side to avoid the beam from the boss. And that happens periodically during the regular phases. So there's the black circle there. That grows faster then, but is basically the same as the black circles during the intermission phases from the little eyes.
Luna, can you see if the dog needs out?
Then the other thing the boss is going to do is shoot white swirlies at a few people. I think they're actually randomly positioned. But you want to make sure you run out of those. Don't wait to run out of them. If you get hit, you will be shattered into 3 fragments. And you have to run and collect all of your fragments, all 3 of them. So you just run through them to pick them back up if you get hit.
Yeah, but you go really slow.
Yeah, you get slowed and you take damage. You don't get healed as much.
Everybody get close.
Yeah, get away from the center ring. So the boss will appear now. So I gotta put us into 2 teams. But I think that's all the mechanics.
Okay, I'm glad I got to see the extra action, but before I had to use it, I wanted to move it a little bit. It was down behind one of my bars. Ooh.
Hey, Minnie, maybe put him on the left side since we've been sort of low on DPS on left the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
Actually, on the right's been light.
Yep.
People had to come help us.
What side am I on?
Figuring it out.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Be back.
Is there if I go grab some water real fast?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
And those for us in Texas, Ida has decided that she needs to keep on moving east.
Alright, so I think this is more or less gonna even us up. So left side we got Nake, Draft, Raven, Zeph, Mort, Tali, Robbie, and Shay. Right hand side we've got Trekkie, Ebony, Paige, Thor, Eris, Pandem, and me.
Yeah, we need the rain, but we don't need the flooding. Or the lack of electricity.
Oh, but the lack of electricity is so fun.
Oh my god, not right now. It would me, and you know what? I would have to pack so we could evac, and this would not be good for me right now.
Oh, I know.
Oh, it would suck. I would be. You think next week? I'd be bitching for the next month.
That's different. How? Oh wait, did I say that out
Shut
loud?
up! You are so mean to me. Oh, I'm gonna take my
You're all right.
I'm gonna go play at somebody else's court. Nah, it's true though. I have my days.
Alright, checking to see if we are here.
Yep.
Yeah, we were kind of worried we were gonna have to evac Saturday. I'm like, no.
Alright, just missing a couple of DKs. Chucky's here. Alright. Phantom said he was going to step away.
I'm back.
He's back. Alright, we are all here. Okay, so we hang out in the middle for the regular phase, and then when the beams come... Oh, I gotta put up some marks, by the way. So we're gonna put a square on the left. And a moon on the right, and that's where we're going to start the eyes. And basically we just put down a path of circles, trying to take up as little space as possible, and then when we get the second eye at 33%, we just sort of run it alongside. And the goal is to keep a center path open so we can get down to the chains to dodge the beams in the final phase. So the faster we kill the boss and the tighter we put the circles next to the previous circles, the easier that is. Okay, timer's going up. And on this one, also hero is the final phase. There's a burn there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That last phase we take increased damage over time. Actually, it's decreased healing.
Use a defensive.
So swirlies you want to dodge. Again, if you get hit, you will be chained to 3 images of yourself. Just run through them.
Taunt the boss.
Beam is going right, we go left. Everybody go left. Yeah, run through the speed totem.
Hey, what do you know? I did that like I knew what I was doing.
Woo! And the whole thing just repeats. Every time he does Death Link on a tank, we're gonna get the swirlies. So right here. Beam, go to the left, again to the left. Oh, never mind, we pushed. Go to your side for the intermission.
Missed what side I was on.
Right.
Get close.
Remember, you want to be stacked up tight on the tank so you can drop the circle over here. Only if you have the ring do you want to run out, or to dodge swirlies and then come back.
Run out.
I had my back facing the wrong side.
I died. Again.
Why? Alright, that black circle's my fault.
Sorry.
Okay, we just gotta go around it.
I'm going through it.
Actually, I was referring to the one over by Nate, but...
Run out.
Left side, stop DPS. Send all the DPS over to the right side.
It's too far away.
Use a defensive. Taunt the boss.
Beam in 2.
Run that laser
Go
out.
to the left. Go left.
Go right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm confused.
Yeah, sorry about that. I completely reversed my directions.
It happens.
Normally I don't do that.
Dyslexia for the win.
I thought I was the dyslexic one.
Use a defensive.
Oh no, there's a whole bunch of us.
Good, then I don't feel as bad.
You shouldn't feel bad at all. You're just
Beam in 2.
Bashiel, no, don't eat the
Okay,
face.
go to the right. Beam is on
Right.
the left. I really mean it. %4 to the push, so start cheating to your side.
Use a defensive. Phase 2.
Alright, there it is. We're just gonna have to pack him in as well as we can. We can do on the right, the first one just in front of these, and we're gonna have to move around behind them.
Target you. Run out. Run out. Target you.
I got fractured soul, so watch.
Two sides are pretty close.
God, I hate those fractured souls.
I'm out of range.
Run out. Target you.
Alright, we're killing them.
Phase 3.
Alright, we're gonna pop hero here in a moment. Keep everybody up. Pop if you can.
Use a defensive.
Alright, that black circle behind me is gonna be a problem.
Taunt the boss.
It's not gonna touch the front. That's as big as it's gonna get. You're still gonna have to dodge it. Beam is pointing left, go right, go right. Speed if we can. Here's the roar. Basically got to finish it off on this
Use a
pass.
defensive.
Beam in 3.
Run that laser away.
It's going left. Go to the right.
Resin.
Thank you for the res.
Thanks to the res.
Okay, I got a drink if anybody wants it.
Baby.
Which drink?
many wares.
It's a pretty good one. DPS.
Yeah?
I already have it.
Actually, it's not. It's not DPS, is it? It's
No.
It's everything.
It's
pure stats.
Everything? Well, heck. Well, I got some legs. I'll share if you guys want them.
I will tell you that it's probably not as good as if you spend a lot of time below 50% health.
What are we rolling on here?
Rolling on a deep, well, on a trinket. Actually, the trinket's good for anything.
And you have to make sure it's an upgrade. Pandem, looking at you, you have 226 trinkets on.
Ew, I thought I had lower.
Actually, yeah.
Your rings are lower.
If you are significantly damaged,
Never mind.
it will lower your secondaries.
But it
Would you let
also
the dog
could
in,
be a,
please?
upgrade for him.
Thank you.
depending on the trinkets as well.
Yeah, if you're not likely to drop health, it's particularly good.
Does anybody need these feet? Because I've already got these.
It's too far away.
Yeah, mill boots with a socket on it, a domination socket if anybody wants those. Looks like we're done on the trinket. So Panem, you want that trinket?
Sure. Okay.
Right. Yep. And I
Is
got
that
it.
an upgrade for you?
With the health thing, it helps my health, right?
No. You don't look at the health part. The health is you have to be above 50% health to increase your damage. Do you know if it's a better upgrade?
Give me 1 second. Let me double check.
Yeah, it may not be. Actually, looking at your trinkets.
I'm rolling for the boot.
And I'll just pass this time then. Thanks, though.
Never mind, I don't want the mastery.
You don't want the mastery?
No, I need to get rid of my mastery. My mastery is my highest right now. It's just supposed to be my lowest.
Alright, so store for the
I
boots.
messed up.
Need to get closer.
And the second roll for the trinket was Paige on Ecclesia.
So Thor gets the boot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
I'm gonna ping in just a second.
Oh, good.
This guy does a cone of fire and little circles.
There you go, Paige.
Michael. Took me up 2 points. Yay.
What are the Stygia Embers good for? Anything?
They're used to upgrade the domination crystals.
Yeah, so this gear has these domination sockets in them, and they take the crystals that only drop in this raid, and you upgrade those crystals with that stuff.
It's too far away.
Yeah, and it requires like 5 embers.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot.
I got a log. Not all.
Oh no.
Oh, hey Tully.
No, I know.
Night night.
I can give you an exact answer on how much. burst it calls for.
I'll worry about it later.
Yeah, it's super cheap though.
First, I gotta get a piece of gear. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that
And
might
you gotta
help.
get a suitable crystal to put in a shard.
Yeah, so like I've completed a set on one of mine, which gives me Chaos Vein rips through soul fragments from enemies with damage, increasing your primary stat and dealing shadow damage to them. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, some of the high stat pieces have a bonus, a socket bonus that depends on specific shards being applied.
Yeah, Zeph, the one you want for Demon Hunter is going to be the Unholy Set. Blood is good
Okay.
too. Blood is good too because it'll give you a little bit of self-healing, but the Unholy Set's going to increase your damage.
I've got a shard of Rev. I don't know where the heck I got it.
Yeah, you got it in here.
Probably in here.
Nah, this is the first time I put it in here, Don.
Actually,
Yeah?
you don't have to.
Trunk,
No, you don't
trunks,
have to.
war
It
trunks
drops off.
from Korthia.
Yep.
And World Quest.
We've also killed 2 bosses, so it could have come off one of them.
No, I've had this much in my bag for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you'll see this. Some of this gear has sockets in it, domination sockets, and they will take those. And they drop in different flavors. They're tanking, healing, and DPS flavors as well as the 3 different types that Truckee was talking about. So you don't have to match the stuff that the socket bonus is called for, but you get the bonus if you do.
Oh, time for me to take a nap again.
Oh.
Because there's a vendor that you can see in Korthia to get a socket put on certain types of gear to put those sockets in, to put that gem in, because Zeph has one.
I think that's the same vendor that lets you upgrade them. And they also sell an item that lets you remove them without destroying them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that vendor.
Thank you very much for the res.
Yeah, well.
But I
I'll
don't
try
think,
not to die
I don't
as
think in
fast.
Korthia you can get any of the set pieces like you're all talking about.
Correct. That definitely only drops in here. I don't know, I suppose there's a chance it'll drop off the world boss, but I haven't seen it.
You cannot win. And the World Boss does not drop it.
Okay. So this one, it's the 9. So there's 9 of the Valkyr, but we only directly fight 3 of them. We start with 2 of them that are standing back there, and then when we get them, one of them to 15%, Skyja, the last one, will become active, and she'll float down and start the fight. So when we get to about 15% on the 2 that are down on the ground, we'll pop hero and burn through them as quickly as we can. And then it's just the abilities to worry about. So those 2 that are on the ground, one of them will put a circle around herself that will pull us in. And if that happens, you want to stay outside the circle, run away from it. And the other one will put a circle down that pushes us away. And when that happens, you want to run into the circle. So do the opposite of what they're forcing you to do. And one of them will summon and add a formless mass. We want to kill that generally with priority. Sometimes we'll call to finish them off, like if it's during the burn. But generally we want to get it out of the way because it's annoying. It also casts a pretty much complete heal, so we want to try to interrupt that if we can. But higher priority is the interrupt on Signa. She will do a Song of Dissolution, I believe it is, and it channels for something like 4 seconds. And the ticks get a lot bigger as the channel goes on, so we want to interrupt that thing. And then there are other abilities we have to face throughout the fight, so all that stuff goes away when we kill those 2 at least. The main thing that happens in the second phase is that 3 3 people are going to get what is it? It's fragments of something or other, fragments of destiny, maybe. Just trying to see what they're called. Yeah, fragments of destiny. So DBM uses chat bubbles to call that out, so you want to have your chat bubble display turned on this. And that is interface game display, and then display chat bubbles are down at the bottom. So there will be 3 marks will go over people's head. There's, I think, circle. It's maybe, I forget what the other 2 are, but at any rate, the deal is that those 3 people have a debuff on them. The debuff will tick for a certain length of time, and we want to dispel the debuff. When you dispel the debuff, it jumps to the closest player, to the person who was dispelled. So if it is dispelled from you, you want to run away from the other people. But before we do that, we stack the people. The goal is to get all the debuffs to jump to 1 player. So if we have 2 debuffs on 1 player and 1 on the other, we dispel the player with 1, it jumps to the player with 2. They now have 3. Once we get all 3 of them on the same player, it drops to the ground, forms a shard of destiny, which has a frost void zone underneath it. So you just run out of that, and then that set of fragments is done. So we will wind up having kind of 2 circles down at any one time, and then one of them will fade, and we'll get another set of fragments, etc. So that goes on the rest of the fight. And we'll put the first... We'll try to put the first set over there at the red X, more or less. And then we're going to run counterclockwise, so we're going to run to the left if you're facing the outside of the room, and just place the next circle down near the old one. You know, you can make them kind of overlap. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is to get them down to the side so they're not sticking out to the floor too much. And then there's a bunch of other abilities that happen during the rest of the fight. So there's one which puts 4 purple circles down around the room, kind of halfway out, spread opposite each other, 90 degrees apart. And we want to get 1 person in each of those purple circles, because they will pop after a few seconds, and if any of them are not inhabited, the pop will hit the entire raid. If you're standing in it, you just take the pop from the circle yourself. So soaking the purple circles is very high priority. Dealing with fragments is very high priority. And then there's a few other things to worry about. There are 2 giant purple circles. You want to run those off of other people. They're basically rings around 2 people. I believe those do either a fear or a stun if they
They're a stun. That's
pop.
They're a stun, so keep them off the tanks at all.
Okay, yeah, you just want to run away, you get them off of everybody else, and if they're on, you know, somebody else has it on you, run out of that. Until they pop, they won't take too long, but you have enough time to run out. Then there are a bunch of little white rings around people. That's a short-term debuff. Just get those off of other people. I think they just pop for damage. The deal is if they're all stacked, they'll blow people up. So just move those off of other people, spread them out. They don't last for long. There is a large swirly that will go around 1 player. It's kind of a frost swirly. We want to bring that in to the boss we're fighting, and we want to stack as many people as we can in it. So we have to soak the swirly because it's split damage. And then the other thing that happens is there's a giant bubble that goes down over the 2, or actually goes down over Skyja, I think it is. And that's a shield, and we're going to drag Skyja out of it, and we want to get out of it. It does ticking damage when you're in it, not much, so it's not crucial that you get out immediately, but you want to get out of it, and she takes significantly less damage in it, so we get her out of it as well. So positioning can be slightly challenging with that bubble up and trying to move fragments, but that's kind of the worst of it. So there's occasionally a little bit of overlap, like we'll get the swirly when we're getting dragged into a circle or being pushed out of a circle. I forget which. I think when we're getting dragged in, so we all want to stack in it there. And then we'll get a point where we're trying to soak a swirly, and we get the little white rings around us, so people have to move those out. Those are kind of the 2 overlapping points. But the most important things, again, are the fragments we run together, starting at X and then going counterclockwise around the room, and the 4 purple circles, we need to make sure one person is in each. I'll remove Tally in a sec here. Okay. Actually, I can put the groups back together too. Alright, we're all set. Gonna put up a timer. So these two we just want to kill roughly the same time. Kyrie does have a little more health.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You should really kick that. You should really kick that.
3, 2, 1.
You should really kick that. You should really
Okay,
kick
coming
that.
up.
You should really kick that. You should really kick that.
Stay away from lions.
Oh yeah, these things. I forgot about these stripes. Run out of these stripes.
You should really kick that. You should really kick that. You should really kick that.
There's a swirly.
There's
There's
a reason
a
I'm
swirly.
Really kick
There's a
that.
reason I watch the videos.
Smart man.
Run!
Stay out of the circle. Stay out of it.
Blue circle, use your
Kill the
friends.
active shelter.
Get into the circle. Inside. There's an ad. Four purple circles. One person in each. Good.
Stack high.
You gotta make sure you stay until they pop. Signa's a little higher. Spread out the rings.
You should really kick that. You should really kick that. Stack high. You should really kick that. You should really kick that. You should really kick that. Kill the ad.
Ad coming up.
Run!
2.
Stay outside of the circle.
You should really kick that. You should really kick that. You should really kick that. You should really kick
Stay
that.
away from lions.
Dodge the stripes. Alright, try to kill them about the same time again. Get inside the circle. We got the swirly. Bring it in. We'll soak it. Popping hero.
Kill the ads.
Ad's coming up. We'll finish these two first, then we'll kill the ad after.
You should really kick that.
3, 2, 1.
Nice. Alright, we're going to get the first fragments, take them to red. Take them over to the red mark. We didn't say who's dispelling. Jeff, would you do it, please?
3,
Who what, huh?
1.
People will be dispelled. The fragments will fall off of them. You want to run away when that happens. Watch stripes. Oh, sorry, it's purple circles. Circles. One in each. Good. There's the little rings. Just make sure you're not stacked on each other. Big swirly. Bring it in for the soak. As many people as possible soak it. And yeah, if we're in the anti-magic shield, that helps too.
3, 2.
Next fragments, take to the left of the previous one, counterclockwise. It will be any second now.
3, 2,
There they are, the fragments.
1.
Big circles, spread them out. Little rings, spread them out. Alright, shield we'll bring out of that. Yeah, just kind of come ahead of the cross circles. Alright, we got a pop trucky.
That was stupid.
Alright, so next fragments take down beyond the boss. Kind of an opposite side of red over there. That'll be shortly.
3, 2, 1. Stay away from lights.
Yeah, just fragments take to the wall close here. Watch the stripes. Bring the swirly to the boss, soak the swirly. Fragments over there though. There's
Ugh, I got thrown.
kinda underneath, I think. The fragments.
I'm over here.
Alright, I see one over there.
Ebony has
Ebony, you've got one. You got to run over to orange.
Okay, on my way.
I'm moving it to the middle of the room.
Where is orange? There you are.
Yeah, I'm way over here.
3, 2, 1.
Next fragments will be soon. Try to take them over to red, say. Purple circles. Big rings, spread out the rings. Shield. Alright, we got fragments, take them to the wall.
Yep, time again.
And now it got all on me. It's okay.
We're like all three over together. What are we doing?
Run away, Zeph. Once you're dispelled.
2, 1.
Yeah, so jumps to the closest person, watch for stripes. So the first person to get the spell wants to run away, and then the last two hang out. Swirly to the boss, soak the swirly.
Oh, I'm trying to get out of the blade.
Stay away from lights.
Stripes again.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's where we get two back to back. Fragments. Take them down near the last one. Just down on the wall.
I'm moving the boss.
Three, 2, 1.
Think you're gonna get purple circles? Yeah, you are. Purple circles, one in each. Watch the little rings.
3, 2, 1.
Soak the swirly, we're gonna get fragments here. Take them down near the other fragments. Just the closest point on the wall near the other fragments. Healer cooldown if you got it. Alright, there's the fragments, just take them to the wall. Yep, right there.
Three, 2, 1.
One last ability. Big rings. Little circles.
I got both.
Just the shield, but she's about dead. Just kill her.
Whoa!
Harass! Thank you.
Thanks to the res. And congrats on the stuff you guys got.
Ooh, I got a nice ring.
Tonight.
That ring is a nice upgrade for me. Ooh.
What? Good job.
And
No, I'm like going from a
Slave?
207 to a 226 on that thing.
No, I get it. My trinket went from 200 to 226. So it gave me 2 points.
And I also gave you an upgrade to your conduits.
So Truckee is giving away the same ring. Roll if you want that. Thor's got a 73. That's haste over mastery.
Hold on, let me look what I got. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
So if haste is
definitely.
good for you, then it's a good ring.
Oh my god, Thor beat
I like
I
mine
need
better 'cause
haste.
it's got a socket.
I want haste. Darn it!
Oh my god. Thor beat me.
Shay's got a 91 though.
Shay's gonna get it.
Yeah, Shay's got a 91.
She's gonna do that.
Minnie, once you describe this fight, I wanna impose a different strat that we might use.
Sure.
I think will be better for us.
All right. So before we do that, Mort's offering some leather boots.
All right, Shay, where are you?
Where?
Dance for me, and I'll find you.
He linked them
Dance
over
for him,
haste to
dance for
the
him.
domination socket. Mort's on the rogue.
I see you, Shay.
Looks like
Dance for me, dance
Zeph
for me,
is the
dance for
taker.
me, oh.
Jeff,
Never seen
Just
anybody
stop.
do that.
Okay, stop for a second.
you can put your shard in that. There's a domination socket right there.
I think that was a little sexist and sexual harassment.
You like it. So just
Where did
Oh, that
everybody
was
go?
funny.
There's an elevator here.
elevator?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord.
There you go, Shay.
I was like, I'm confused. Where's
Look, I've raided with Shay long enough. She knows what I meant by it.
Oh, we all know, but it was funny. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
it
come
was.
on.
Don't take my fun away. My little mind was in the gutter, and you're making it come out. No, look at
All right, so we're gonna take our break here.
Let it simmer in the gutter.
It's break time. Putting a 5-minute break.
We're doing a good night.
Yeah, I did. Nick and I did this the other night. We did
Thank you, sir.
7 bosses in under 2 hours.
Good God.
Anybody happen to have an agility in handy?
I do.
Remember, there's repairs right here. And we can also portal back to the entrance if somebody needs to go away and we need to summon them back. But it's break time, so take advantage of that.
Yeah,
Thank
Jeff,
you, sir.
You got that domination socket. You put one of your shards in there.
Yeah, I got my leech socket in there, or gem in there right now. It's the only one I got. That ring and the boots brought my item. Yeah, I'm 20 now. Those were both big upgrades for me.
Say thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
This is our life. I'm used to it.
You
Like a
love me.
freaking pie-rail. Thank you.
I also have the Cheshire smile that you know I get when I do that. Yeah, we are on break, Shay.
I'm having flashbacks to like the good old days way back with all these familiar voices.
Yeah, isn't it fun? Like Raven, I meant to be on earlier in the week so I could get you set up. How about tomorrow? I'll be up and down, but if you can try to grab me tomorrow, I will help you get that set up if you're available tomorrow. Or if we do it like an hour before raid on Sunday, we could do that.
Oh, I might have a chance to get on there tomorrow. It depends on what I never know, because I don't get to see my husband really during the week because we work opposite schedules. He's about to switch to days, but he I don't really get to see him until Saturday for the most part.
Do it. Then stay with him. That's absolutely fine. Just one night this week. Let's get you set up. That way you have it.
Yeah. That way I can just wait. So what? That's that like conduit or something that you go to in your home area, and you add and then I've got two different, like, I guess.
Yeah, there's two
character
different,
lines.
But I'm going to tell you, I have this conduit set out so nicely that the speed boost that I get and the increase in my heals are huge. It literally, when I did the switch last week, I went from healing about 2 to 3.7 to 4.
Nice. So basically what you want to do is you want to have one of those set up for like DPS and then have one of them set up for healing. That way you can just switch back and forth, right?
Right, but I use the pod, being that we're healers. If we can get up, sometimes, depending, like you get that pod that I get, sometimes it may be a wipe that gives us an extra time, or it keeps me in the game a little bit and I come up healed.
Yeah, that pod comes in handy sometimes, honestly.
Right. Well, the pod will save me first, and then reincarnation will save me second. So I technically have 2 tries to get it right.
Yeah.
Which is helpful.
I do have the pod.
I love that pod. I will cry when we lose the pod. I will cry. Because we're healers and we do stupid. Oh, you want me to make food, huh?
This tune's cooking is at like 13, so if somebody else can make it into meals or whatever.
Oh, you know I do. I make it into the Feast of Gluttonous Heathenism.
No, Raven, Zeph, my DK, is technically my main. She's the one who's got all the achievements. She's the one who goes after all the mounts. If I'm out somewhere just doing regular stuff on her, she's the one who's not afraid to go after something with 4 times her health.
And gather 5 things at 4 times her health.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
5? More like a dozen, isn't it?
2, 1.
Raven's always been my main. But
what was that, Nate?
I don't pull 5, I pull a dozen, at least.
Well, you know, but Nate, when I start pulling more than 5 or 6, they start freaking out. So it's just easier just to keep them from having a heart attack, you know.
If I have a healer on, I don't care if he pulls the whole entire freaking zone. For pink guy, it's a totally different story. I stand back and go, ooh.
Nate, you only do a dozen. I do more when I'm bored.
Well, Tim, it depends on how many hard get in my way and tag stuff.
That's true. I gotta give you that.
Well, then I also have, like, when Truckee and I went into, and I had just literally turned this shaman to 60, and he took me into a mythic like the very next day. I was like, oh, this is not going to go well. And he was like, so what? I died. I was like, yeah, but it makes me feel bad that you die.
Yeah, well, I don't die.
Right. So we had, I think we had Tic Tac with us, and the 2 of them were in Spires of Ascension, and the 2 of them take half the fight by themselves. Just
it was me and Ty. Me and Ty.
Yeah.
And we did half the fight by ourselves. Yeah.
We can start pulling the stuff.
Okay.
Got a couple tanks, couple heals, couple DPS.
Did we just get heroism?
Yeah. Figure why not?
What? Why? Yeah, because all of a sudden I saw myself grow. I was like, what? Did somebody have a misclick?
No, it's okay.
We got a while to the next boss.
And after the mini explosive fight, I'm gonna put a new strat in. That's what we're working with. Big time.
Oh yeah. Cool.
This is
Mark,
the
what
throw
kind
the
of
orb guy.
Hey, Panda. Emily's gone. You're the next to die.
He better not die.
Watch, now let's survive the whole fight. Thanks.
He's embarrassing the DKs if he's dying.
Giving you a bad name.
But hey, at least I'm improving, so I'm trying.
Well,
Yeah, but if you die, you embarrass us.
First shield on you.
I don't like it when I have to put my back up against anything. Excuse my view.
We saved him that time.
Didn't we? He still has the Earth Shield on him.
You just need to keep the Earth Shield on him.
Well, the Earth Shield is protecting
And a bubble.
physical damage. He's taking too much damage.
Well, he's getting a freeze bubble too.
Right.
Well,
But
that
it's
helps.
about
Let's just pack some pillows all around him.
It was magic.
Bubble wrap.
Wrap him in bubble wrap.
He needs bubble wrap. That's about right.
Okay,
Big bubble
I
wrap.
hate this section. Just flat out gonna say I hate this section.
The main thing about this is the tortured guy. Once we get the tortured guy, we need to handle him priority. He's over on the other side at the moment. Kill the little guys just to make life easier.
Make life easier.
Alright, this should be easier. So everybody come on down, and we're gonna pull this thing and just get real near it with your back to a wall or something, so that way when the cone goes out, you can just get out of it. Make sure you're not a long way away, because then the cone will go somewhere weird. But it helps when he's the only thing we can shoot. So there it is, just get out of it. Okay, easy.
He disappeared. I was like, well, what am I supposed to be hitting?
Yeah, so this guy puts down a cone that goes like infinite distances, that guy we just killed. And if he puts it down when you're up on the stairs, it goes way under the stairs, you can't see it, but it still hits you on top of the stairs. We've lost a lot of people
The way the
to that
graphics do it.
trash mob.
It's messed up.
And this is the ultimate punting boss.
So this is where Truckee has the new strat.
Yes, and believe me, who cares if he wants at this point? If you follow the strat that I'm going to lay out, you're not going to worry about it.
That requires me following orders, right?
No, it's basically going to be very easy. Just make me lay it out, and then I will adjust it.
Can I get fries and a shake with that order?
There are knockbacks on this fight. Potentially lots of knockbacks.
Phantom, you don't have to do anything.
Yay! I can sleep throwing it then.
Oh my god!
That's horrible.
So where's
Oh,
those
no,
pillows you guys have for me?
Phantom and I know each other in real life, so he gets that.
And if we're teasing you, it means we like you in this group.
That is true.
So this torturer here does a cone attack. It will knock you back, including fly you off the side of the platform. That thing, that black cone, don't get hit by that or have your back to the
Oh
ramp.
my goodness.
Oh, that happens.
Don't do what I did.
Okay,
As
like
he's
you
just
was
saying it, I'm flying off the edge.
You see, Phantom doesn't have to follow my strat. He
I'm
will
staying
die
back
anyhow.
for a sec. Okay.
I had
I'm
no
gonna let
strategy.
him.
So every torturer
go
we
ahead.
pull along here is going to do that. And the boss doesn't do that exactly, but there are abilities that will do that in the fight.
I got him. Don't fall off again.
So here he comes.
Oh my goodness!
I saw somebody else fall off. Was that you?
That was Shay.
Okay.
You can stand by the boss, he's not active.
You can do that, yeah, or just get near the torturer, then it's easy to get out of the way. Or have blink.
Alright, Minnie, you see between these two torturers?
Uh-huh.
Alright, when I say my strat, this is what I'm talking about, between these two guys.
Okay. That's about where we normally put the orb.
Right, it's going to be important. You're going to find that once you see this, you're going to say, holy crap, why wouldn't I be doing this the whole time?
Oh, because I didn't bother to research it. We just tried something and it worked.
I did this the other night, and I'm like,
Watch the
why? I said, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, we got to do this way.
Don't be near the boss. Don't be near the boss. He's going to become active after this guy
Anna,
dies.
that's you. Run.
Yeah, just get near the ramp. Near the ramp is plenty. We're good.
Alright, Vinny, explain the fight, and I'll tell you what I want you to do. And you'll say, holy crap, this is going to be so much easier.
Alright.
Is this far enough away?
Yeah.
So there's it's a multi-phase fight. I guess it's kind of 4 phases. We knocked 3 pieces of armor off of him at, I think, 80, 60, and 30, something like that. Every time we knock a piece of armor off of him, he starts tossing more of these little circles at us, little void zones. So that only begins once he gets down to 80%. So every time we knock off a piece of armor, there's a big wave of these things. We knock off the second piece, there's 2 waves. The third piece, there's 3 waves. And then after that, he periodically throws out little batches of the circles to dodge, and again, we get more waves of them towards the end of the fight. So we'll also hang on to hero, I guess, for the last wave there. Do we hero this on pull? I don't think it really matters. Last phase is probably best, so we'll do that. He will also put one orb down on the ground for the first part of the fight. Last phase of the fight, he starts putting down 2 orbs. The orbs start shielded, but we do need to get rid of them, and so the tanks will have a debuff that hits them, and they're going to put their back to the orb, so the debuff also hits the orb. That will knock the shield off the orb. That's called suffering. So again, you don't want to be lined up with the tank or lined up with an orb when suffering is going to go out on the tank. Once the shield is knocked off the orb, we DPS it down to 1 hit point, at which time it can be picked up. So we've had Thor grabbing the orb for us. So he will pick up the orb, run to the edge, and toss it over the side, and we don't have to worry about it. If we don't do that, it will eventually blow up, I believe, which is bad. And then the other thing that happens is somebody gets a debuff that has a name, Malevolence. Somebody will get Malevolence put on them, so we have them run to the side and face out over the edge, because it needs to be dispelled. Eventually it expires, but we want to time it. And when it is dispelled or expires, everybody in the raid gets knocked back. So that's why the person with it should be facing over the edge. They'll get knocked back to the middle. And we've had everybody else in the middle, or slightly on the side of the person that has Malevolence, so that when we all get knocked back, we don't go over the edge. So the distance you get knocked back may vary a little bit. The maximum is a little bit under half the width of the play area here. So if you're in the center, the exact center, you cannot be knocked over the side by that. There's one other ability with a knockback, and periodically the boss is going to put these 4 thin cones down, kind of in 4 directions around him. Make sure you're not standing in those dark cones. Those also do a knockback. Other than that, I think that is pretty much it. Alright, what's the adjust?
Okay, where I was talking about between those 2 bosses, or where the sparkly is, where you got the X right there, put 2 more marks.
Right on top of it?
Next to each other.
Like that?
Yep. Now, whoever gets, is Thor the one? Whoever gets Malevolence, you're gonna run there to those 3 marks, and when you run there, Minnie's gonna before the dispel. Minnie will call everybody collapse on those parts, and everybody will run right there, or as close as you can to there. As soon as you see everybody get there, dispel. You're guaranteed to never be knocked off the edge of this platform.
Okay, so the person with Malevolence goes to X, faces out over the edge. Everybody else?
Yeah, one of those 3 marks. Just run right
Any
there.
of them? Okay. And it's 3 just for visibility?
Yeah, 3 is for visibility. That's correct.
Okay.
Because what happens in the heroic mode is you're going to get 2, and you have to basically run there for 1. Everybody collapses, then run there again. Everybody collapses. That's why you
Okay.
gotta do it that way.
Okay.
So are we facing out, Truckee, or are we facing in?
Only the person with Malevolence has to face out, I
Face
believe.
out. That's correct. Yes.
Okay, just
Malevolence
making sure I
faces
hadn't
out.
switched.
Yeah, so the rest of us get knocked away from the person with Malevolence, so we get knocked in their back direction.
That's correct. And what'll happen is even the tanks will start to collapse there, but we'll have the boss basically on the edge of that little center thing, but we won't go anywhere. But as I said, if everybody collapses beyond that black, the
middle
center circle, you're gonna never. If you're in the center, you're never gonna go off this edge.
Yeah, so yeah, DPS can continue to face the boss and DPS him at that point. We just have to make sure.
And who's running the orb? Thorpe?
Thor's running the orb, yep.
Thor, try to run it to that direction all the times too, because that's what I was told when I was running the orb the other night, and that's what it was.
Yeah, that makes sense, because that way you'll get knocked from that side.
This way, in case you have it too, you're just gonna get knocked off. It's easy.
I can do it.
Okay, just for clarification, because I'm a dimwit and I was just confused. When you say collapse, you mean to the middle of the platform or over to those symbols?
Over to those symbols. Just get as close to those symbols as you can. If you're late in running there, this is what happens, because we all know people when they collapse to the center are late. If you're late to getting there, you're still not going to get knocked off the edge. So that's the key. The key is to just get as close as you can to that. When Minnie calls the spell, then you dispel.
Yeah, and melee don't have to be way over. Melee can be hitting the boss. As long as you're that side of the center, you're not going to get knocked off.
The key is, as I said, the tanks are going to basically, I'm going to get here before trying to pull a boss. You're going to get to about here, melee, and you're going to be fine.
Okay, and does it matter what direction we're facing?
Nope.
Okay, that was the important thing for the healers to know.
Yeah, the person with Malevolence must face off the edge.
Right, and
it doesn't matter for anybody else.
Everybody else will be knocked back, but if you're there, you'll never be knocked off this freaking platform.
Okie. Okay, can we take bets on if Panda will make it though and get knocked off or not?
Well, we can take bets, but Pandem has to survive the first round before he gets to that fight.
Well, that's true.
Then I shall die the first round.
We love you.
I'll bet you that he doesn't get knocked off multiple times.
So in other words, what you're telling me is I need to leave a faith him to me at all times, right?
You would think Pandem is playing a cloth class. That's the embarrassing thing.
Poor guy.
I've never really played like this before, so these fights are new for me.
We are all on one tonight, let me tell you.
Manny, you might want to...
Yeah, you guys
Manny,
your asshole.
Kids here right now. That's why.
Pandem, what I'm saying is you can... Listen, I'll go DPS and I'll still last longer.
Oh!
Ouch.
Ow.
That was a burn.
All right, putting up timer.
Oh, I still remember when Frost was a tanking spec. You sit there and you mostly avoid a little bit into Frost, a little bit unholy. You kill her damage, but still survive like a mother.
3,
I remember
2,
that. I was an off tank.
1.
So there's the first orb. We can't hurt it yet.
3, 2.
Once a tank is suffering, which is about to happen, it'll hit the orb, then we'll switch to it and kill it with priority. Alright, we kill the orb down to 1. Malevolence first goes out in 2 seconds. First one, Malevolence is going to go to red. The rest of us are going to head that direction. Thor has everything. Head over there that direction. Watch the stripes. Out of the stripe. That's the downside of going over that edge. All right, and dispel.
Taunt the boss.
First
Damn,
one
I
didn't
win money
nail
on
it.
that.
Actually got saved by a little corner thing there, but second one I did.
So the stripes are wider when you're out at the edge. That's, I guess, a downside of that strat.
Watch your step.
Well, they said if you stay in the center, you're fine.
Target you.
You couldn't.
Target
Kill the
you.
orb. Malevolence going out. Any second. No, we pushed him. Ooh. Should get Malevolence in about 3 seconds.
2, 1.
Watch your step.
Watch the stripes.
1.
Hasn't happened yet.
Taunt the boss.
There it is. Alright, it's going to the edge. Everybody get over there.
Target you.
Dispel.
3, 2, 1.
Target you. Watch your step.
3, 2, 1.
Kill the orb.
Taunt the boss.
Malevolence.
Alright, everybody collapse.
Get over there.
3, 2, 1.
Target you.
Dispel. Next piece of armor. 2 waves here.
Three, 2.
Last one's at 30%.
Taunt the boss.
Malevolence.
Alright, everybody collapse.
3.
Hold for a sec.
Wait for
Target
suffering.
you.
Hold on a second.
Be
Target
over
you.
there. Dispel. Kill the orb.
Watch your step.
3, 2. 3, 2.
Malevolence.
1.
Alright, everybody collapse.
Alright, get over there and dispel.
I need to target something first.
Watch your step.
3, 2, 1.
Target you.
Kill the orb.
Target you.
Malevolence.
Everybody collapse.
Watch your step.
Dodge this stuff first.
3, 2.
Alright, now dispel.
Suffering's coming, watch out.
Taunt the boss. Watch your step.
Easy on the boss. We're just gonna... We got Malevolence first.
2.
Everybody over here.
Target
He's on the
you.
Hold
boss.
for suffering.
Alright,
Target you.
dispel now. Kill the orb. Then we're gonna push.
Watch your step.
Alright, we're about to push. There's the last piece of armor. 3 waves.
3, 2, 1.
Popping a hero.
It's too far away.
On the boss.
Malevolence. Over to the side. Or dispel.
Target you.
Oh, sorry, I was facing the wrong way. Killed myself.
Target you.
Whoops. Well, now we know why you have to face the other way.
Kill the,
Orb.
yeah, the orb's gone.
There we go.
Just work on the boss at the moment. Wait till we hit the other orb.
2,
The orbs needs to be run.
Oh, somebody's got to pick up the orb. Thor's dead. Just click it to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
You get a button to toss it. Yep.
Orb's up.
Kill the other orb, but we got to handle Malevolence.
Everybody collapse.
3,
Target you.
Don't take the orb that way. Go to the center.
Target you.
Dispel it.
And dispel. Now throw the orb over.
Watch your step.
Yeah, there's an orb that can be killed. Let's kill it. And toss it.
Come on, man.
2, 1.
Alright, something's coming out.
Yeah, try to toss it where the Malevolence marks are, if you can.
I'm down.
Get tricky if you can. Alright, we're going to kill that last orb. It's going to be the last one. Malevolence is up.
Collapse.
Cheat to that side for Malevolence. Dispel.
Target you. Target you.
Kill and toss the low orb, and don't worry about the other two. Alright, we're going to throw that low orb and just finish the boss.
Watch your step.
Pop anything you haven't popped yet.
Pop, pop.
3, 2, 1.
You just have to take it near the side, then you get a button to throw it over. I'm already right on the edge.
Yeah, it's easy.
Alright, done it.
Somebody's running around with an orb, I think.
That's not me.
Somehow I
Yeah,
accidentally
we're
picked it
over
up.
Everybody collapse.
Nah.
You see many except for you and
Now the last one, the one before the last one, it went down. That orb disappeared before I could pick it up. So
Yeah, I don't know. Either somebody grabbed it or it popped. They do explode after a while.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I was already low, and I had just dodging all the swirlies and carrying the orb, and it just took me down.
I'm not big on stats.
I can't believe that roll. Oh Jesus!
That's a leather hat, so... What's worth leather? Mort
The
does.
staff would be better than both of these, though. I'll
Karen
probably
does
keep
too,
it.
right?
now you can tell me, but I thought that was a lot easier.
Yeah, it looks like Mort for the hat.
What those people are.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, it's easier to see with 3 marks over there instead of 1.
Right, and if the orb is running that direction, there's no confusion if one person has the orb and the same thing at the same, you know.
Yeah.
Everything's so much easier.
I like that way better. And it made everything easier to heal, honestly.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I was throwing a chain lightning occasionally to help. Or not lightning, heal, chain heal.
I need it.
And I don't know if putting my healing totem down helps with you guys, but you know.
It does a little bit. It helps
I do
more
it anyway.
keeping you up, though.
this fight is a little interesting. This mini boss is a little interesting.
Is that your way of saying I'm probably gonna die?
No, not really. It's just interesting.
I'm definitely going to die.
That is true. I'm not debating that. The floor is separated into 3 areas. You're going to see an axe swimming by, but 2 areas are going to light up or sparkly. And when they sparkle, what's going to happen is fire is going to burst, and you want to be out of it.
That's the next boss. That's after this boss.
Oh, that's right. You see, I'm hoping for Pam to die.
No! You know, as a healer, we really don't like it when people die.
Oh, it's luck to me.
Okay. Because I really am trying to keep alive.
Chucky pays me not to heal him.
So the caster DPS trinket I got, I don't need. I'll put it up for grabs.
Link it, please. Yeah, the thing, I need to get rid of it for myself.
That'd be great for a shadow priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like mastery, it's good. Probably really good.
I don't even know what mastery does, really. Like, I'm confused on the new
Mastery
stuff,
tends
that they added.
Mastery tends to improve some vaguely passive thing that your spec does.
Oh.
If you hover over the stat on your character sheet, it will tell you exactly what it does, though.
It's not very good for us.
Oh, like on a priest, it helps to direct healing.
Master is good for you, Pam. But I don't know if that's good for you, whatever he's putting up.
Hey, look, I'm still alive.
Of course you are. We interrupted him.
I thought you got some gear there, Robbie. It's like cosmetic.
Now I got a suggestion on this fight. Instead of putting the marks on the floor, how about we just count each section like 1, 2, 3, 4 from left to right? Might be easier for people to keep track of which is which.
Okay.
I don't like the marks on the floor.
The other thing in Mini is make sure whoever's running the chains know where the chains pop.
Yeah, those are left to right. I'm thinking probably Iris for the middle, Thor left, Iris middle chain, and I'll get the right. So we'll try the number thing. So the yellows is the first of the 4 quadrants, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, where that's number 1. So the deal here, it's basically just a single phase fight with a lot of mechanics to dodge and deal with. So there's going to be a torment that he does where he pulls I guess it's anima down into 3 out of the 4 quadrants on the floor. So if you look in front of us, you see those 4 sections. If you look behind us, you see these little patches on the ground with these little holes in them. Stuff kind of bubbles up through here and then runs down into these 4 quadrants all the way down to the bottom. And as that graphic hits you, you start taking damage from it. So one of the 4 is clear, and we'll go to that one that is clear because there's no damage in it. So that's Torment, and then there's also Erupting Torment, or maybe it's Tormented Eruption. Whichever it is, it's the same thing, but 5 of them in a row, and they tend to move sequentially. So if we start in position number 1, say, it might move to number 2, and then to 3, then to 4, and then all the way back over to 1. So we have to dodge it 5 times. And then what we've seen occasionally is if you wind up where the fourth one takes you all the way across to the other side, sometimes the fifth one might be 2 steps away instead of just 1, so you got to watch out for that. So that's the dodging of stuff, and you want to try to maximize DPS while you're dodging stuff, which is obviously easier for melee, but as much damage as we can do during the fight, because it is a little bit of a DPS check, despite the fact that we have to avoid a lot of stuff. And there's also a phase where 3 chains come out, so where we've got Thor and Iris and I will move the chains. The deal is we just run the chain 40 yards away, it breaks, everybody in the raid takes damage, but we're taking damage over time the whole time that phase is going on, so we want to end it as quickly as possible. But we will break them one at a time, and we tend to use a healer cooldown during that. And then there is a set of debuffs that will go out on people called Brand of Torment. So you're going to have this red rune on the ground underneath you, or like a little aura, but it looks like a rune, and that's going to go on 2 people at a time. So you don't want to stack those on other players in the raid, because they will take damage from being underneath it, plus they take additional damage by being inside the aura. However, we also get ads during the fight, so we'll get 4 ads that will appear up top and move down towards the bottom where he's torturing Garrosh. And we got to kill those 4 orbs before they reach, because they get empowered once they get down there. They have a cast that we can interrupt that will snare us all if it goes off, and they can be CC'd on the way down. But also we want to take those Banes and we want to put them underneath 2 of the ads. We want to kill the ads that have the Banes underneath them, because they will take 50% more damage. Stacking them does not help, so 1 on each of 2 ads. But it is possible to bring the ads together so we can cleave them. And if we can do that, we want to.
Pandem, if you're alive, you're going to yank 1 or death grip 1 to the other one.
And then
just let me know when.
It's during the ad fight. When you see the ads, whoever has the mark on it, death grip the other one to that ad.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can put 2 of them together, it's just easier to kill. And then that circle down at the bottom that Garrosh is in, that kind of gray swirly, you do not want to stand in that. That's damage over time when you're in it. I think that's it for the mechanics. So it's basically, it's just keeping up with stuff. We got to kill the ads quickly enough. We have to run the chains quickly enough. We have to dodge the eruptions, and we have to get the Banes off of people. And what we're doing is we're moving the Banes a little up the room, so people without them are down closest to that center circle, and the people with them just come up above a little bit. And they will switch to a new pair of players after 8 or 10 seconds. They'll do that multiple times till they go away. So you're going to get hit by other people's Banes a little bit. You just have to move them out of the group.
Minnie, what Nate was saying is, figure where I am right now is 1. So everybody pay attention to where I'm standing, where I'm jumping.
Yeah, that'll be spot number 1.
1,
right?
2, 3, and 4. Believe me, it makes it a lot easier than looking for marks. If Minnie goes 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, whatever he calls out, a lot easier to know where those marks are. Also, Zeph, if you're alive still, on the chains, the 3rd set of chains drop darkness on the melee.
Alright.
And
Remind me about it.
Yeah, I'll remember. That'll help.
Yeah, anybody can stand in darkness for that.
That's correct. You're gonna see. You'll see Nate drop his anti-magic shell, then you'll see me drop it. Then as soon as you see mine go, drop yours, and then everybody stands in it, and you'll have reduced damage.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest damage part of the fight, and then we just have to push through all this stuff quickly enough to kill him, because there is basically an enrage at the end. Okay.
Everybody understand where he's going to be calling 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah, 1 is the side with the star.
What are we doing?
Okay.
Bless to begin. Timer.
Yep, we'll do that on pull.
Okay.
All right, timer's going up.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
More screams to echo within my chamber.
Stack high.
First torment.
Watch your step.
1. That's the yellow. Brand's coming up. Ed's coming up.
Stack high.
One more Ed on the far side at 4.
Watch your step.
Getting torment. Go to 2. Go to 2.
Taunt the boss.
About to get chains. Eds are dead. Chains.
Target chain.
It's gonna pop in 3, 2, 1. Popping now.
Let's get Raven up a little bit. Okay, Glarus.
Run those brands out, please. Please.
If the brand's out of me.
Somebody's on the 3rd one. Alright, we popped it.
Alright, Seth, you're down there, drops off.
Go to 1, go to 1.
Taunt the boss.
Alright, we're gonna get eruptions in 7 seconds. Cheat to the middle a little bit.
Watch your step.
Eruptions. Start at 1. Back to 1. Alright, next one could be 2 or it could be across. All the way across. We're gonna come back to 3. Then down to 2. And finish up in 1.
Ooh. Get that bark out of the center down there.
Oh, that's me, sorry.
Stack high.
It's alright.
Watch your step.
Torment, go to 3. It's definitely faster to call that way.
And you notice everybody's moving easier that way.
Ads. Get the marks on the ads.
Stack high.
Back over to 1 for the last ad.
Watch your step.
Torment, get over to 4, all the way to 4. Stay low.
Taunt the boss.
Alright, the ad's dead. Chains.
Popping 1 now.
Alright, Eris, go ahead. Pop it now. Alright, get people back up. Pop in last now.
It's not on cooldown.
Alright, no problem.
We're good. Torment in 4.
Oh, I forgot it's a 3-minute cooldown.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
Torment, get to 2.
What's that brand?
Taunt the boss.
We're actually doing
Pouring all the damage you can. We're getting eruptions in 4 seconds.
Watch your step.
Start at 1, go to 1. Two. Brand's about to switch. Never mind, it's gone.
Hurry.
We're gonna run all the way across after this. Stay low. Hands up a little bit.
Taunt the boss.
Regular torment coming up now.
Watch your step.
Get to 4. All the way to 4. Ed's coming up in about 4 seconds. Here they come. We're gonna get brands.
Move that mark over the
That high.
Gotta have.
There you go.
Watch your step.
Torment gets to 3. One ad left.
Staff high. Target change.
Shackles.
Kill the Atom. Pick up the shackles. Right, popping now.
Alright, Eris. Let's get Shay up. Go ahead and pop.
Good. Pop two.
Pop last one.
If Dark Witch is up, then pop it.
Got it.
Good job.
Brands, watch brands.
Knock that brand out of me.
There's 2 brands low, move them up.
Shay, it's on you.
Torment 4, go to 4. Make sure you're in 4. Final push.
Taunt the boss.
Next ads we get, we will not fight. If we see him.
Everybody lock them down and then just take the boss out. You guys are doing great.
We almost got him.
Everything's about to happen, we gotta kill him fast.
Pop everything you got.
Watch your step.
Oh, yeah, we stuff.
Get to 4.
Free DPS.
Actually, I guess we have till the end of this eruption, so we got him.
Bam.
Bingo.
Let him hear the cut screen.
What was that? I was dead.
What is that? Oh. I got a pet.
Gretche.
I got the creepy hand pet. Yay.
Thanks to the rise.
Eris is offering a shoulder piece, male shoulders.
Got him. Already.
What's up?
Yeah. Yeah, that rolls for the shoulders. Anybody else for the male shoulders?
Hey Shay, that's one of my rolls.
Now Shay can guilt Robbie over the shoulders. Robbie wins. We pulled the edge down at the bottom here. We gotta kill him. Up the fountain if you can. Interrupt as many fountains of pain as you can. Yeah, we skipped them, which we can do. We just have to run back down the outside. Alright, good recovery.
Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that.
That's alright.
It happened.
We didn't even kill Pandem with that?
No.
I was coming down the stairs and I got hit and almost died. I was like, what the hell? I'm not even down there yet.
We haven't tried hard enough yet. We gotta try better.
Hey, I can throw him at that shade right ahead of us.
Go ahead.
So Tricky, this is a fight where I'm hoping you have a magical strat that just makes it easy.
Yes, please.
No, this is just a pure DPS race, but I will help the melee DPS since I did it on melee DPS. And actually, if you follow the basic move the chains out and melee DPS do what I'm going to tell them to do, this will be easy.
So this is the room that Truckee was talking about before with the floors that catch on fire. So if it's sparking fire, get to where it isn't, and you won't take damage when it catches on fire. And there are obviously axes.
Alright,
I really hate this one.
The strat stays the same on this one as we've been doing. The only thing I'm gonna say is melee DPS. Whatever your slowest cast is, do not use it. So like Zeph, do not use I-beam. Pandem, do not use. I don't know. Just don't use anything that's gonna cast you slow. Dragon Strike will be good. Anything that's a quick DPS will be good. Like your Frost breath will be fine. Do not use dragon's breath. That's too slow. The key is to hit that center ball as fast as possible. Everybody has to be on that center ball. And I mean everybody. Every DPS hits that center ball as hard as possible. Save your cooldowns for that center ball. You want to blow it up as fast as possible. Once that's done, everybody runs through that hole. Chains go last. But here's a secret. If you have chains on you and you have an ability that you can get through the balls, do it. Do not wait for the balls to come to us. Just get through the balls. Just go through them. Don't worry about it. And then if you don't, you're the last room through the balls. So that's the key. If we kill the balls fast, the chains will never ever be harmed and you'll be able to get through the balls quick enough. That's the whole key to this fight. It's a DPS race. Kill that center ball as fast as possible and avoid everything else. All right, buddy, you can give me a description.
Yeah, so this one is spikes and spiky balls. So yeah, the big ability that he does frequently that Truckee was talking about is he's going to pick one edge of the room. He's going to summon a line of spiked balls, one in each of the squares, and it's going to run directly across the room from that one side to the other. So what we do is we target the center ball in that line and we DPS it dead, and that creates a gap, and we sneak through the gap. And as he said, if there's a way for you to get from one place to another without taking damage, and you can use it to avoid the line of spiked balls, that is helpful.
Do it.
And however, you might want to save it because there is this other debuff that goes out, which is the chains. And if you can get from one side to the other without having to get near other people, that is, if you can go directly there, that's particularly helpful when you're chained. The deal with the chains is, so you'll see chains if it's on someone, you'll have a swirly chain around you. Anybody that gets within that aura around you of the chains will be knocked back. And if you're trying to sneak people through a small gap that does damage on either side, knockbacks are really bad. So the idea then is, if you must go through the center gap, like Truckee was saying, you move off to the side. Say the balls are coming from the skull towards Moon. You're going to move off to the side a little bit and let everybody else get through the gap first, and then you're going to come through last. And we have two chains that go out at a time, so we may have to have two people with chains run through, first one, then the other. Just got to make sure you're not knocking other people into the spike balls or off the edge.
The other thing is, we have two chains come out. If you see one chain going left, the other chain go right. Just keep them separated.
Yeah. So back here, right. So the two people with chains are basically, you're going to move away from the group a little bit, and if the balls come, you're going to head towards the back, and spread out. You know, give at least 2 squares in between the center and where you stand, because that aura does come out most of the square on either side of you.
Like if the balls are coming from where the boss is, I'm going to hold the boss where I'm standing now. So if you have chains, run back to the very last squares and go all the way to the left or all the way to the right, because that'll give you plenty of room for everybody to DPS and then run up. And that'll give you plenty of room, if we're all deep correctly, to get up there and not get worried about hitting by the balls.
And the other thing that's going on during this is, during the regular phase, the tanks will get a debuff, and they will run it away from the group. There's a giant dark swirly around the tank, and once that expires, there will be either a line of spikes that goes out in all 4 directions. And they're going to try to take it to a corner, so that's effectively 2 directions, so it'll run left and right and up and down. You don't want to be in a line with that, and that is generally about 2 lines wide, so give them a little bit of room. Also, there's damage, unavoidable damage, that hits the whole raid when that happens. So what's going on is the boss is throwing something at the tank, and it basically smashes and it goes out from there. So the further away you are from that, the better, but you definitely don't want to be inside the graphic of the giant circle. And sometimes that happens when we're trying to sneak through a line of spiked balls. So again, the faster we kill those things off, the better. And definitely we have to make sure the chains do not hit the tank with that on them, because you'll bounce them into the spiked balls. If you do touch the spiked balls, you are stunned, and stunning the tank when he's got to run that debuff out is bad.
Well, the tanks are stunned. If a DPS hits it, they're dead. They're not going to survive the hit.
Yeah.
I know that from experience.
And then, so that debuff that happens, or the thing that goes out from the tank debuff, changes in P2 to rows of spikes that come out, and they'll start at the corner, and then they'll move one square further out, basically an advancing wall, and it's going to pop spikes straight up in the next square out in this kind of wall that moves one square at a time. So it'll move both up and down and left and right at the same time.
So you see where Minnie's standing? If Minnie's standing there and the spikes are where I'm standing, as soon as you see him disappear, Minnie runs to me, and you're not going to get hit by the spikes. That's
actually, as soon as they pop up in the air, you can run into where they pop up.
That's correct. Yeah, just don't worry about it. You're not going to get hit by damage.
Yeah, so that's how to dodge them. Is you get lined up in a square. You know, keep doing your job while you're watching them approach, and as soon as they've popped up in the square right in front of you, step into that square, and then you're good. And then the next thing that happens is, well, the very last phase, which we've only seen a couple of times, the debuff from the tank getting hit will do both of those things at the same time. So there will be both the big quick line of spikes that immediately cover the room, and then the advancing wall to dodge. And then the last piece of it is at intermissions, at 2/3 and 1/3 health, we have to dodge rows of spikes that come across the room. There will be an automatic gap in those rows, so we just have to run left-right to get into the gap. There will be little fire circles underneath us. You may have to move up and down to dodge those a little bit. But the spikes that advance across the room come fairly quickly, so if you have to run a fairly large distance left to right, you have to cut back towards the back of the room to get to the gap without getting caught. And if you find yourself near the back of the room, you can always run forward as you're going through a gap to give yourself room to move back for the next one. And we'll try to call whether they're left or right. You just have to keep watching it. Try not to get hit because you're going to take a bunch of damage. And it's just tough for the heals to cast stuff during that phase because they have to move a lot too.
Alright. The other thing is melee DPS. When we have the balls, you see where Nate's standing? And you see where I am? Where I'm standing, you're safe. And you're going to want to hit the balls and back up from where I'm standing like that. It's very easy. That's why I said do not use a slow cast, because the balls will get to you and you're dead. So like Zep, that's why I said I-beam, because I-beam will kill you instantly. I did that and I was like dead instantly. Pandem, as I said, whatever your slowest cast is, do not use it. So just use everything fast and unload as fast as possible on on that center ball. And just back up. Hit, back up, hit, back up. Believe me, the balls will be there. And the whole key to this fight is taking down that center ball. That's the key to the fight. We kill it fast and everybody gets through, we're going to win this fight.
Yeah, and the faster we get through, the faster we can put DPS back on the boss, because we just have to keep burning
That's correct. Yeah. That's why I said the fastest we can get that center ball down and everybody gets through alive, we're going to win this fight.
And we will lust on pull.
Yes, it sounds easier than since we've all seen it, pretty much except for Zeph, but it sounds easier said than done, but believe me, it's easy.
I hate this fight.
I couldn't believe how easy it was once we did it.
Yeah, there really isn't any, there isn't any weird lining up of things for the most part. Sometimes there is with the spike balls, but I think if you're killing them fast, it's not bad.
That's correct. If you kill those balls, if you blow that thing up, I mean, the tank doesn't have to move. And once the ball goes down, the tank is through and everybody else is through. I mean, that's how easy it is. You just got to blow up that tank, that center ball, as fast as possible. I can't stress that enough.
Bash the balls so that you don't get hit by the balls. Trust me, none of us like being hit by balls.
That's correct.
Keep them balls away from me.
I can imagine a woman doesn't want to be hit by balls, but let's just kill them fast.
I don't know. Some women are into that.
Some men are too.
Wait a minute. What is
That is true too.
That was my thought. One.
Isn't there a lawsuit in California about this conversation?
Is there?
Probably.
Well,
we all play World of Warcraft, so what the hell cares?
All right,
I'm just hearing balls constantly. I don't know.
timer's going up.
Spiky balls.
Even worse.
All right.
We are also disturbing.
4, 3, 2, 1.
They knew full well what we're going to talk about when they named these things. And yeah, it probably was some of those same guys. There's the chains, so you just make sure you're not on top of other people.
That's the key. The chains.
Spike balls.
Don't worry about DPS.
Square.
Back the hell up with your melee. If you're
Get
ranged,
around. I
back
gotta
up,
get around.
Do it.
Sorry.
And then we get the tank debuff and they come
Everybody
through.
Taunt the boss.
Tank moves away from us, the rest of us move out and just get the spike balls away. Or I mean the chain, sorry. Chains are going to switch in a couple of seconds. New chains, line of spike balls in 5 seconds.
Run out.
Oh. Okay, far side square.
Great job.
Oops.
Taunt the boss.
New chains.
Run out.
Falls in 2. Purple.
Great job.
Taunt the boss.
Okay. There we go.
Intermission phase.
See that? See how easy that was? You just gotta do that 2 more phases.
Very slightly right. Well right. You might have to run backwards. A little bit left. A little bit left again. Left again. Well right. Run backwards. Well left, run backwards a little bit. That's it.
Now is that basically the whole fight?
That's it.
Yep. Rinse and
Except that we get the little lines of spikes now. So there's chains are up, debuff is up, spike balls in 3. So here comes a little wall of chains. Balls are at purple.
Son of a...
Alright, kill that center ball. Good job.
Not really.
No, we got through it.
You did, I didn't.
I didn't. It just barely hit me.
Panda, if a snail sneezed, it would kill you.
No. Only if it's riding on top of a turtle.
Alright. I would say Minnie get it. Gets up.
Run out.
I was gonna say we do have a healer down though.
Don't worry about the healer. Just get the DPS.
Blue square.
The key is that center ball.
I need to get closer.
I think I got
On the
hit or
boss.
something.
Yeah, we were slow on that one.
No, like somehow I got knocked into the balls.
By a chain, that's what knocked you.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna wipe. Let's wipe here and try it again. Just jump off.
Alright, we did round 1 perfect.
I got it.
We did
Don't
round 1
release.
absolutely perfect.
Yeah, those first balls were fast. So to deal with getting hit by these spikes that move out, they do a bit of damage. They stun you for about half a second. It's not the end of the world. You got to remember we need to prioritize getting the center spike ball dead.
Bash the balls.
Bash that
So are
center
we
ball.
releasing or?
No.
No, don't release.
But we
Draft great.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
I was gonna say we did that first phase perfectly. That's the best we've ever done it.
It was clean.
Absolutely.
So now if we do that again in the second phase, that's progression, and then we can match that in the third phase. We got this fight down. That's how easy this fight is.
Well, now that I've seen it.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. It takes you, I had to see it first as a melee too. As a tank, it's completely different than a melee.
Yeah, and the first one's a little easier because the little rows of spikes that are in P2 and 3 from the tank debuff are a little more complicated, but again, it's optimal to dodge those. Getting hit every now and then, especially if you don't take as much physical damage, is not the end of the world.
I was going to say, if you're at full health, you can take the damage. Don't worry about it. As long as that center ball drops, that's the key to the whole fight. Believe it or not, it sounds as simple as that. As stupid as that sounds, you kill that center ball fast, this fight is easy. And yes, I'm saying balls a lot.
One thing I've found as a ranged DPS is if I don't have chains, I stay up close to the boss. That way the AE heals do well, and then if I have chains, I move back out, of course. And I always stay on the opposite side of the boss as the tank's running away to drop the hammer or whatever.
I think we lost a few people on intermission, I think.
I'm also using some totems that disperse the damage, so if the tanks are taking some of it from you guys, it helps the whole raid go through. Soul Link for the win.
Yeah, that's the giant green ring.
Yes.
It's great for everybody to stand in that because we share health and we take less damage.
I'm not missing anything, Nate, right? That's basically the whole fight. Kill that stupid center ball and we're done.
Yeah, pretty much.
And keep DPS on the boss.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you kill that center ball as fast as possible, the DPS is on the boss the whole time.
Yep. And in the intermission, of course, we cannot harm the boss, so all your attention can go into dodging stuff.
That's correct. Many reason why I keep, not answering anything about the second phase is, to me, that's just simple. Just avoiding that stupid shit. Excuse my language.
Just pretend that one ball is the boss's.
It's Frogger.
Kicking the shit out of it.
Basically, the second phase is Frogger.
Oh, somebody's angry at their ex.
I've got a husband, dude.
Husband didn't do the dishes tonight?
Now, Panda, you gotta stay alive the whole fight. This is very simple. Just as you're DPSing the center ball, back up. You save your dragon breath for your dragon for it. Save your soul breath and your other quick DPS hits for it. That's gonna. It's simple.
Yeah, I just accidentally miscalculated by like an inch. That's all that happened to me.
You can't miscalculate.
So
You just gotta back up.
we are running low on time, so this will be our last pull tonight. So let's see how far we can push them.
I say if we get to the third phase clean, we do it again after this.
Yeah, if we make to the third phase, you can ask for a do-over.
Wait a minute, y'all haven't gotten this boss down yet?
Nope, this is our point. Alright, here we go.
Wow.
But ironically, this is the best night we've had in here.
Really?
Yeah.
5, 4,
I haven't
3,
dropped dead fast.
2, 1.
Your screams will echo throughout eternity!
Chains in 1.
Run out.
Ball's going up.
Start chain.
Alrighty.
That's the might of the dragon.
Chains.
Run out.
Balls in 1.
Start chain.
Moon.
Great job.
Taunt the boss.
There.
Chains.
Run out.
Chains in the middle. Careful.
Chain in the middle, yeah.
Balls
Sorry.
coming up.
My fault.
Square. Intermission, just dodge the balls.
Great job.
Center. Still right. Yeah, the ceiling circle's good. Well right. Might have to run back here a little bit left. A little more left. Well left. And we're all the way back to the middle. Run back if you need to. Slightly right. That's it. Chains.
Taunt the boss.
I mean, always mean.
Balls in 1.
Start chain.
Purple.
Okay.
Run out.
New chains.
Taunt the boss.
Balls in 2.
Start chain.
Balls purple.
Great job.
Run
We're
out.
doing great.
Res draft, please.
Do we have someone that can?
Got 2 DKs.
Do we have a res for draft?
Not in
Got
the
it.
middle of the fight,
Chains.
unfortunately.
Taunt the boss.
Not yet.
Balls in 2.
Start chain.
That skull.
got away with one there. It's about time those balls got to me. I hit Blade Dance.
New chains.
Alright, Revs is up, so I can get him in the center.
On the boss.
Draft is up.
Balls in one. Skull. Intermission phase. Alright, the little spikes coming across. Center to start. A little right.
We're doing great.
More right. Remember, run back if you need to. Slightly left. Well left. Might have to run back a little. Way left. Speed increase if we got it. A little right of center. Run back if you need to. Back left a few. Alright.
Run out.
So yeah, now we get the little lines coming across. Still spike balls purple.
Oh, that's
On the boss.
Doing great. Keep it up.
I'm just napping, don't mind me.
No, there win.
Yeah, there is extra damage in P2 and then more in P3.
But that is by far our best ball so far.
Yeah.
Run out.
It's the longest I've lasted.
Me too.
I think we'd do really well if we came back on Sunday fully fresh, ready to go.
Yep, I think so.
And God forbid I have all those runes in my bags if we need them.
We don't need runes in this fight. This is simple. Kill that center stupid ball.
Bash the balls.
As you saw.
Anybody can get up.
As you saw, we kicked that center ball in dead center. It works every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to maintain more DPS and we can get it down. So yeah, you go ahead and release here. We'll put up a portal. We're done for the night.
But I will say this, great job on that last fight, everybody. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good
That was
night.
better.
And yeah, that looked good. That looked promising.
We'll actually take it down Sunday, I can guarantee it.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I had to dust off a little bit of rust when I first came in.
And then, don't worry, the next fight is even more fun.